All right, do we have audio now? Okay, guys, we finally have audio. The game is underway. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on the clock as I was having trouble getting the microphone working again. But we're here in the third game of the Monett tournament. The CJFC Bulldogs playing Monett B and C, which is a nickname they gave themselves. This is a game that CJFC has to win by a 9-goal differential in order to advance to the championship game. The game earlier today was Neosho Rebels versus the, what was that name, Brent? Chicharritos. And that game was a victory. Chicharritos 4, Neosho Rebels 1, which was the same score of the CJFC game against the Chicharritos yesterday. All right, back to the action. You go ahead and hit, or you have record on there now? Yeah, hit it. So we're good to go. Nolan Morehouse playing up top for the Bulldogs today. Morehouse brings nice speed up top. See if he can use that speed to his advantage to get some goals today for us. Again, we have to score 9. We have to win by 9 goals in order to advance to the championship game at 1:30 today. Schumacher on the ball in the middle of the field, gives it over to a little off target to, is that Kauk there? I think that's actually Trosper wearing the hoodie. Free kick awarded to the Bulldogs. Zach Teeter will take it. Sends it down the line. Header by Monett. Monett advances the ball. Teeter does a good job winning it down with his chest and up to McGuire. McGuire wide to Hammond. Hammond will drop to McGuire. McGuire looks to the middle. Monett with a slide tackle. And foul called on McGuire as he tried to recover to the play. Monett for the free kick. Weather's much nicer today than it was yesterday. Temperature's similar, but we have some sun out and no rain in the forecast. So looking forward to a little bit cleaner game today. Free kick by Monett to the top of the box. Teeter wins it down with his chest to McGuire. McGuire taps it out to Wilkerson, who sends it wide to Kauk running the outside. And Monett clears out of bounds. Throw in for the Bulldogs. Wilkerson comes over to take the throw in. Down the line, fight for the ball, goes out of bounds on the Bulldogs. Monett throw in. Who's that in the corner? That's Parker, Elliot Parker in the corner. Header out of bounds on Monett, and Hayden Wilkerson hustles over to get the throw in for the Bulldogs. Puts it in the middle to Kauk. Kauk handles it down, runs into the box, and can't keep control. Will be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Kel Trosper over to take the corner. Kauk and McGuire both remove their hoodies to set up header attempts on this corner kick. Low ball in, it's loose. Looked like maybe a foul. Was that Teeter that went to the ground hard? Bulldogs retreat and get possession back in the middle of the field. Wilkerson looks for the through ball, finds Parker. Parker gives it back to Kauk. Kauk running through the middle, gets into the box and goes down, and there's a whistle. That will be a PK for the Bulldogs. Good job by Parker holding and tapping to Kauk. Kauk gets through, makes this move here and gets tripped up. And he will get a PK attempt. Go a little higher. Yeah, like that. That's good there. It's blocked, but sneaks through, and that's a goal for the Bulldogs. Take a look back on replay. Goalie guessed the right direction, but Kauk put enough on it to sneak it through. And 1-0 lead now for CJFC. Restart. Parker gets the steal. Ahead to Morehouse. Morehouse holds. Tries to send it in. Blocked with the header by Monett. Morehouse back on the ball. Looks to drop it to Hammond and does successfully. Hammond turns to the middle. Gives it to McGuire. McGuire pushes forward. Leaves it for Kauk at the top of the box. That's Trosper with his left. Trosper gets the goal. 2-0 CJFC. Good ball movement by the Bulldogs. Trosper wearing the hoodie that Kauk was wearing yesterday, so I'll have to make sure that I'm identifying those two. But good left-footed goal by Cale Trosper to put him up 2-0. This is going to be a little bit of an attempt to run up the score today. Unfortunately, we need to do that to advance in the game. We have to win by a 9-goal differential. Early 2 goals for the Bulldogs, but we can't let up. We got to keep scoring. Ball in the middle of the field for McGuire to handle. He sends it wide. Morehouse gives chase. Can't get there before it goes out. On the touchline, Monett will get the throw in. Monett throws to the middle of the field with some space. McGuire challenges from behind. Schumacher comes on and is able to dislodge the ball. And to the back line, Teeter on the ball. Teeter puts it to the middle for McGuire to run under. McGuire wide to Kauk. Kauk tries to one-touch through, deflected away by Monett. And throw in for the Bulldogs. Wilkerson comes over to take the throw in. Throws it down the line to Trosper. Trosper gets ahead. Cuts it back. Sends it over to the middle with some space for Kauk. Kauk sets up the shot. It's deflected by Monett. Right in his gut. He goes down. Kauk plays through. And off the far post. Still in play. Hammond sends it back in. And flicked over by Parker. That will result in a goal kick for Monett. Take a look back at this ball off the post by Kauk. Kauk puts it right into the Monett player's gut. Has some space in the middle then and shoots to the far post. All right, back to live action. Monett plays it out of the back off the goal kick and boots it all the way up. High line by the Bulldogs. Miller is out of the box to receive it. He'll play it back into the box and pick it up as the Monett forward was challenging. Miller punts it high into the air. Monett on the ball. Schumacher's battling for it. Sent through. And good idea by Zach Teeter to play that out to the end line for a goal kick for the Bulldogs. Miller sets it down and passes it wide to Falk. Falk tries to send it up the field, deflected by Monett. Falk hustles back to get in position. Sent to the middle with some trouble. Trosper gets on the ball, switches the field. Kauk's open with some runs to the middle with the ball. Sends a through ball to Morehouse. Morehouse receives. Parker may be offsides. Morehouse holds. Gets into the top of the box. Takes the shot on goal. Sneaks through off the far post. It's loose. Parker with his left foot deflected. Hammond comes across, takes the left into the box, and Monett's able to clear. McGuire comes back to challenge, pokes it away to Hammond. Hammond wins it and drops it to McGuire. McGuire pushes back through in the middle, looks for Parker holding, taps it back to Schumacher. Schumacher wide to Kauk. Kauk back in. Morehouse comes across and takes the shot over the goal. And goal kick for the Monett B and C. Good ball movement by the Bulldogs and a good run to the top of the box by Morehouse. Kauk was able to find him on the run, just didn't get a driving touch, kind of popped it over the defense. 2-0 the score. Again, goal differential needed in this tournament is 9 goals. Bulldogs will have to keep putting pressure on this whole game. Monett kicks it out of the back on the goal kick. McGuire is able to receive it over to Kauk. Kauk plays it back to the back line. Teeter's there. Teeter back to Kauk. Kauk pushes down the line. Has some room in front of him. Sends it into the top of the box. Monett's able to deflect away into the corner. Parker chases and shields out of bounds for the corner kick for the Bulldogs. Cale Trosper comes over to take the corner. Low ball sent in. Monett's able to clear. Right back to Trosper, who pops it back in again. Ball's loose, and the goalie's able to grab it. Goalie with a quick clear. Received down by Falk. Teeter to McGuire in the middle. McGuire carries and sends it wide to, I believe that's Kauk over there. Kauk with his left foot's loose. Schumacher tries to finish. Monett's able to clear away. Parker back to the ball. Drops it for, I think that's Kauk again. Kauk keeps taking his hoodie on and off, and I'm having trouble identifying him. Hammond back to the middle for McGuire. Hammond drops again to Falk. Gets deflected away by Monett, and it will be a throw-in for Monett. Inbounded by B&C. Morehouse comes in and gets the steal, looking to go down the left side, keeps it on the line, cuts it back. Monett's able to deflect it away and get it to the goalie. Goalie punts it back to the middle of the field. Kauk's able to get a touch on it and control it, passes it back to his back line, quickly entered back in by Wilkerson to Kauk. Kauk with his left to Trosper. Trosper one touch wide to Kauk. Kauk to the top of the box. Schumacher's there, has trouble receiving it. Back to Trosper at the top of the box. Trosper controlling, trying to get space to take the shot. Flips it over to the middle. Nobody's there. Morehouse comes back to try to win it, and Monett clears it away. Throw in for the Bulldogs. .21:30 left here in the first half. Ref's blowing the whistle. I believe we have some subs coming in the game. Hammond throws it to Morehouse. McGuire pops it back up to Morehouse. Morehouse is able to keep it in to Schumacher. Schumacher can't control it and stolen away by Monett. Poked out of bounds. Will stay Bulldogs ball on the throw-in. Hammond again, the throw-in up ahead to Schumacher. Schumacher controls, tries to put it back to the middle. Trosper's there to receive it. Trosper trying to get to his left foot, gets it over to Morehouse. Morehouse trying to set up a shot, puts it to the middle to Teeter. And Monett's able to clear. Cruz Bourne in the game, receives it on the back line and drops back to Miller, who comes out from goal to grab it. Monett deflects the ball in, but the Bulldogs are able to get back to it. Hammond drops to Bourne. Bourne back wide to Hammond. Hammond back to Bourne on the 1-2. Bourne pushing into the middle of the field. Monett's able to steal away. Wilkerson fights for position, gets tripped up from behind, and that will be a free kick for the Bulldogs. Wilkerson does a good job of shielding the ball and just gets tripped up. Bulldogs are going to push all the way forward. Brent, will you give me a wider view? All right, Miller's going to take the free kick. Sends it into the middle. Schumacher was there to receive it, but ran up onto his arm. That will be a free kick for Monett on the handball. Free kick for Monett. They're taking their time to get it reset. Teeter putting a little pressure on the kick. McGuire steps up and wins the ball, looking to push forward. Gets tripped up. No call, play on. Monett with the advancement. Schumacher comes back to challenge. Schumacher pressuring ball. Trosper on it. Sent to the middle for McGuire to chase. Through ball by Monett as they hold on the left side. Wilkerson keeps him from turning and Monett drops. Parker challenges on the right side, wins the ball, tries to keep it in. Monett gets it. Parker steals it back. Parker with the through ball to Teeter. Teeter has an advantage. He's up ahead, gets into the box, takes the shot off the crossbar and back into the middle. And they've blown the whistle. What are they calling? Okay, let's take a look back and see. I don't know what that call was. All right, so back to the action. I think my guess is that he was saying Morehouse is offside, off the post. But I don't know why that would be an offside situation since he didn't play the ball. All right, Monett carrying up to the right side. Boren defending. A little over about 20 minutes into the game, you can see we're starting to get a little sluggish. Kauk trying to change momentum, gets it wide. Sends it down the line, or to the middle. Teeter's there to receive it. Back to the right side for Parker. Parker with a good ball into Teeter. It's loose, and Morehouse finishes for the goal. 3-0 Bulldogs. Teeter off the near post, and Morehouse is able to finish with his left. And we will do another kickoff. 3-0 now the score. CJFC in the lead. Good job by Kauk bringing the energy back to the Bulldogs. Took that all the way from the right box of the defensive side. Started the transition play. Teeter, Parker, and Morehouse all involved on that goal-scoring transition for the Bulldogs. Off the kickoff, McGuire gets a steal with some space for Trosper in the middle of the field. Trosper through to Teeter. Teeter back to McGuire. McGuire back to Teeter and can't handle it. Monett clears. Wilkerson chases back and gives it back to the goalie Miller. Miller at the top of the box. Monett challenges, deflects it. Boren's there in the middle of the field. Pokes it over to McGuire. McGuire carries. Sends it up to Trosper. One touch to Kauk. Kauk back to the middle for Teeter. And back to Kauk. McGuire handles in the middle of the field, or controls in the middle of the field. Sends it over to Hammond. Hammond settles. Monett challenges and deflects it away. Schumacher comes back to pressure the ball. Travis Lewis gets a touch, back to Trosper, back to Lewis. Lewis tries to turn. He's still challenging the ball, gets back on it. Lewis sends it wide for Kauk. Kauk driving shot, but way over the goal. Good opportunity there. Travis Lewis is able to win that ball through traffic, finds Nolan for that driving shot, just got a little underneath it. All right, the Monett B and C, which I don't know what that stands for. I'm guessing Bears and Cubs because they're the Monett Cubs. But all right, Schumacher wins the ball in the middle of the field, leaves it for Trosper. Trosper to Teeter holding. It's loose at the top of the box, and Monett's able to clear it out. Kauk back on the ball. Over to Trosper. Trosper tries to set up his left. Monett comes in from behind and challenges. He's able to get it over to Kauk. Kauk gets to the end line, pops it to the middle. McGuire's there, tries to bicycle it in, but can't get a clean touch. Morehouse pops it back to McGuire, who resets for Hammond. Hammond back to McGuire with a lot of space at the top. Enters it into Teeter, holding at the top of the box. Teeter turns, gets it free, takes the shot, and nails it for the goal. 4-0 Bulldogs. Good job by Teeter. He had 6 Monett B&Cs on him, but that wasn't going to stop him as he's able to put it in the back of the net. "13 minutes left on this first half. Monett will reset on the kickoff. 4-0 Bulldogs. Morehouse pressuring the ball. Travis Lewis comes up and challenges and makes the steal. Trosper gets the free ball and drops it to McGuire. McGuire through to Schumacher in the middle of the field. Schumacher still on it. Pokes through. Good ball by Schumacher, just not quite on target for the run. Bulldogs back in possession. Trosper pushing up ahead, fighting for the ball. Monett's able to steal. And back to Kauk. Kauk to Wilkerson, who's making a run. Wilkerson gets tripped up from behind and will get the free kick. All right, back into live action. And I got a little bit long on that replay. We just caught the very end of that. Teeter gets the header for the goal. 5-0. Is that Teeter's third goal? Or his second goal? Let's see, the first goal was... Oh, we'll look back at halftime and see who's got the goals. Here in this Monett Soccer League tournament at Burl Fowler Stadium. And the Neosho Rebels looking on to see if they're going to be able to advance to the championship game. Bulldogs need to win by 9 goals to advance, and they're well on pace to do that. Popping in the middle, McGuire heads it forward to Teeter. Teeter on the left side, tries to poke it through. Monett's there to receive it and clear. A lot of space in the middle of the field. Schumacher comes up to challenge, gets the steal up to Morehouse. Morehouse sends it through. Lewis running and tries to keep it in. He's able to, sends it over to Morehouse. Morehouse on the corner of the box, sends it to the middle. Schumacher drops it to McGuire. McGuire takes the shot. It flares out to Kauk. Kauk settles it in, takes the left, deflected away by the goalie. Another shot back in and off target. Another good opportunity for the Bulldogs. Kauk comes in, settles that to the inside and takes that left shot. Just didn't really get enough on it to threaten. And goal kick for the Monett B&Cs. 10 minutes left here in the first half. Bulldogs leading 5-0. Monett sends it to the middle of the field. Schumacher is able to get on top of it, drops it to McGuire. McGuire sends it through to Teeter, but Monett steps in and challenges. Over to Kauk. Kauk controls it to the middle to McGuire. McGuire with a good ball into the middle to Trosper. Trosper carries middle, gets tackled, and Monett steals. Wilkerson steps up to win the ball and drops it back to Boren on the back line. Boren over to Hammond, playing that left fullback position. Hammond drops it all the way to the goalie, Miller. Miller sends it wide to Kauk. Kauk a little bit lackadaisical as Monett's able to come up and steal it. McGuire comes back and gets it stolen back. Deflected away and out of bounds on the Bulldogs. Monett will get the throw-in. Some subs coming in the game for Monett. Lewis comes back to challenge. Schumacher's there to make a touch on the ball. Can't win it. Trosper pokes in. Ball's loose. Schumacher's there to handle it. Sends it through, not right to the Monett player. Back to Schumacher. Schumacher looks forward to Lewis. Lewis receives and turns, but is offside. That was close. It looked like the Monett player actually had retreated before the pass was made, but it was close. And offside is the call. Off the free kick, Trosper wins it forward to Teeter. Teeter at the top of the box, setting it up. Over to Trosper. Trosper across to Morehouse. Sets up the shot for Teeter. Off the mark. And Teeter just caught it on the way down with the inside of his foot. Wasn't able to direct it on target. Ball one down in the middle by Trosper with his chest. Back to Trosper in the middle of the field. Trying to win it, but Monett's there. Schumacher challenges on ball, is able to turn it wide. Drops it back and to the middle for Trosper. Has two coming on. McGuire's there to win it. Through ball to Lewis. Lewis to the middle for Teeter, and Teeter gets called for offside. Let's see if we can see that call. Boy, that was close too. I think that's the right call as the Monett defender stepped up to challenge Lewis. It put Teeter just a hair offside. Ball to the middle. McGuire gets the first touch. Monett possesses. Hammond there challenging. Pokes it forward. But Monett's there to send it back in. Boren comes down. We'll keep it on the outside to Hammond. Hammond to the middle to McGuire. McGuire touches back to Hammond. Morehouse comes down to receive it. To the middle for Schumacher. Schumacher has some space to go. Looks to send it forward to Lewis. Lewis runs, trying to get the angle. Gets tackled, but keeps possession. Takes the shot, and it goes wide. Good opportunity for Lewis. And I believe the ref is signaling goal kick. About 5 minutes left. I got the clock started a little bit late in this first half, so we'll probably end before the clock actually says. Trosper controls in the middle and drops for Hammond coming forward. Hammond, good feet, plays it back, looking for a drop. Nothing there, so he turns, finds Schumacher. Schumacher gets away with a little flip there to Trosper. Trosper through to Lewis. Lewis on the run, gets the shot, and finishes for the goal. That makes it 6-0. Good find by Trosper. Good job by Lewis holding the line. Gets there and one touch for the goal. Travis Lewis on the goal. And 6-0 the score for the Bulldogs. Just really nice run and finish by Lewis. Back to the action on the kickoff. Monett playing it out of the back. Lucas Teeter in the game, gets the steal. Into the middle of the Schumacher, leaves it for Trosper. Trosper sends it back to Teeter, but off target. And Monett will get the throw in. Down the line, Teeter tries to challenge back. Teeter trying to get around him. Monett doing a good job getting position. Bourne's there in front. Teeter leaves it for Miller to scoop up. And has some numbers if he can get it out ahead. Trosper controls it, sends it back to Teeter. Teeter head to Morehouse. Morehouse back to McGuire. McGuire's got room in front. Sends it through to Teeter. Morehouse does a good job trying to keep it in. And through to Lewis again. Lewis challenging. Tries to slide on the ball. Can't get there. And the goalie's able to grab it. Monett pushing ahead. Bourne's there to clear. Taps it wide. Sends it over to Wilkerson. Wilkerson flips it over. Trosper does a nice job settling. Tries to poke it out. Monett makes the steal. McGuire challenges. Schumacher comes in and is able to win it out to Kauk. Kauk has a lot of room up ahead. Passes it to Trosper. Okay, that's the whistle for halftime. So my clock was about 2.5 minutes off. So we will go into halftime leading 6-0. Need a 9-goal lead in order to advance to the championship game today. Brent, do you know what time the championship game is? 1:30. 1:30 will be the championship game. All right, give me a minute here and we'll set up our first half recap. All right, guys, we are back getting ready to start the second half. "35-minute halves here. There are some subs in the game for the Bulldogs. Boston Whitley in the game. Isaac Brown in the game. Let's see if I can tell who else is in. Dominic Jamie has entered the game. Lucas Teeter's in, he's been in already, but is back in the game. I want to give a shout out here while we're getting ready to start to Wyatt Gilmore, CJFC's #1 fan. Wyatt, thanks for tuning in. Monett will start with the ball on the kickoff to start the second half. All right, we're underway. Quick steal by the Bulldogs. That's Whitley on the ball. Into the middle of the field for Schumacher. Drops it to Kauk. Kauk back to the back line for Teeter. Teeter sends it wide for Jamie. He can't handle it, and out of bounds for the Monett Cubs. Monett with a throw in down the line. Jamie defending. He challenges and kick. I guess it was off the Bulldogs, so inbound for Monett. Wilkerson wins the challenge on the side and puts it back into the middle of the field. Kauk has shedded some layers at halftime, playing in the middle of the field now. McGuire on the ball, pokes it forward to Schumacher. Schumacher back to McGuire. McGuire ahead to Kauk with some room in front. Kauk sends it wide to Jamie running the overlap. Jamie carries on the right side. Slide tackle by Monett. Still in. Parker tries to keep it on the end line but can't control it, and out of bounds for the goal kick for Monett. Monett sends it to the middle of the field. First touch by the Bulldogs. Schumacher pops up into the air. McGuire comes in, pokes it back forward. Teeter gets a touch, sends it wide to Whitley. Whitley carries down the left side. Monett pokes it back into the middle of the field. And through ball for Monett. Wilkerson back to challenge. He's able to use his speed to get to the ball. Decides to turn it wide. And has some room out in front. Passes forward to Kauk. Kauk carries to the middle. And over to McGuire. McGuire back to Kauk. Can't control it, and through for Monett to clear. Wilkerson works his way back. Challenges for the ball in the middle of the field as Kauk comes back to challenge. McGuire's there to send it wide for Jamie. Back to Kauk. Monett again on the steal. Wide to the left, and can't keep it in. That will be a throw-in for the Bulldogs. Wilkerson comes over to take the throw-in. Ahead to Kauk. Kauk controls and leaves it for McGuire. McGuire pushes ahead, sends it down the line to Jamie. Jamie looking to get to it first. Monett does a good slide tackle out of bounds. and Bulldogs will keep possession on the final third. Inbounded to Kauk, who carries back, loses control, and Monett steals. Kauk still challenging and is able to win it back to Wilkerson. Wilkerson pushes ahead, gets tripped, and that will be a foul. Bulldogs will get a free kick. See, Wilkerson had some room to run out in front and just gets tripped up. All right, free kick for the Bulldogs. Kauk on the ball. Bulldogs have 7 committed forward for the kick. Handball by Monett. That could be a card. Let's see what he's going to issue here. Yeah, he's going to give him a yellow for that. That's just a deliberate play. So yellow card issued, and the Bulldogs will get another free kick. Nolan Kauk sets up for the kick. Kauk's now close enough that this is a decent scoring opportunity. Kauk right to the goalie, ball's loose. Parker comes back to challenge, out of bounds, and that will be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. What's that? Yeah. Yeah, good ball by Kauk. He made a good threat there with that ball into the middle of the box. All right, Kauk over on the corner. Jamie's there with him. He's going to leave it for Kauk to run up. Takes it with his left. Deflected off the top of the crossbar and whistle. What'd they call there? Huh. Okay, so ruled out of play and another corner kick for the Bulldogs. Ball's loose in the air. McGuire steals at the top, takes the shot on goal, and goalie's able to retrieve it. Had a little hiccup there in the video feed. Schumacher wins the ball forward to Whitley. Whitley takes the shot and goes wide of the frame. Whitley got into the box, took the shot, just couldn't get it on frame, and it will be a goal kick for Monett. Monett into the middle of the field, won by McGuire. McGuire pokes it forward to Kauk. Kauk takes the shot, deflected off of Monett, and that will result in a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Kauk from about 23 out. I like those shots from the offensive side from that distance because it forces the defense to honor that shot, and then that creates space for through balls as you keep playing. Yeah, we do need a sense of urgency here. There's 27 minutes on the clock. We do have to get 3 more goals to advance. Even though this feels like a blowout, we need to make sure that we're not in the mindset that we are in a blowout. Ball into the box. Teeter pokes it up into the air, comes in for the header, and that's a dangerous play by Teeter, I think, who will get the foul. Good full effort by Teeter, but got on top of the defensive player. Okay, goal kick for Monett, back to the middle of the field. Kauk's able to win it down. Monett pokes it forward, and Wilkerson's there to receive it with some space. Wilkerson ahead to Kauk. Kauk tries to turn. Parker gets control of it and over to Kauk. Kauk drops again to Wilkerson. Wilkerson can't handle it. It's lost in the middle of the field. And Monett back to the ball. Bulldogs play it back. Teeter over on the left side. Up to McGuire. McGuire running down the left side of the field. Monett is able to dislodge. Schumacher on the ball. Schumacher carries middle and leaves it for Kauk. Not hard enough. Stolen away by Monett. Right to Teeter, though, on the clear. Ball high in the air. Wilkerson heads it forward into some space. Brown's there to receive it. Brown sends it wide. Kauk back to Brown. Poked forward to Parker. Parker back on the ball. Can't control it. And out of bounds. Bulldogs throw in. 25 minutes left to play. Jamie inbounds to Kauk. Kauk with some room. Tries to get the angle. Ball still loose in the box. Parker comes in to challenge. Monett clears. Jamie's back on the ball. Monett clears again into their own player. Wilkerson comes to challenge and knocks it out of bounds and throw in for the Bulldogs. Wilkerson with a quick throw in down the line to Jamie. Cleared by Monett, but back to Wilkerson. Wilkerson pushes forward and knocked away. Bulldogs to inbound. Teeter comes down to take the throw in. Throw in down the line to Jamie. Monett has control. Brown will pressure. They keep it in on the corner, knocked away, and ruled Bulldog ball. 6-0 the score, but we still need 3 to advance. Kauk does the throw into the middle of the field. McGuire gets a touch on it and is loose, but the goalie's able to cover. They'll bring it all the way up to the top of the box to punt it away. Wilkerson steps in and pokes it forward. McGuire heads it into space. Schumacher's able to win it. Schumacher pops it into Parker on the run and deflected off. Goalie tries to clear. Parker was there. He went right off of him. Let's see who his last touch there was. It will be a corner kick for the Bulldogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 subs coming in for the Bulldogs. Hammond, Boren, Falk, Trosper, Lewis, and Morehouse back in the game. As Whitley, Brown, Parker, Lucas Teeter, Jamie, and Wilkerson take a break. Kauk doing the corner for the Bulldogs, high up into the air. Monett's able to clear. Falk chases back to win it, but Monett steals. Falk will chase back. And that's a goal for Monett. That's a big goal in the process here. And so now we need to get to 10 goals. We need 4 more goals in order to advance. 22 minutes left to play. Morehouse with a kickoff to McGuire. Hammond on the left side. Morehouse tries to control it but can't. And they've put Teeter back up top in order to get some more goal scoring threat. Lewis also up top. Monett tries to clear. Teeter gets in and deflects it. Lewis heads it forward. Morehouse is there. Morehouse gets position. And battle for the ball. Still in. entered back into the middle for McGuire. McGuire tries the through ball to Teeter. Back to McGuire at the top to Trosper at the top of the box. Over to Kalk with some space. Kalk enters it in. Lewis is there. Plays it off his face. And maybe got his hand also. Handball, I believe, is the call. Looks like the goalie was injured on that slide tackle by Teeter. It's interesting. They have the CJ bench at the football 40-yard line, but the Monett bench is all the way down at the 20-yard line of the other side. Goalie's able to walk off under his own power, but definitely hurt his right foot on the play. I'm letting the clock run because I'm not sure if the ref is killing the clock. It looks like he was killing the clock, so let's hold it for a minute while we get back to real time. Monett with the ball in the midfield. Kalk there on ball. Schumacher with it over to Morehouse. Morehouse tries to pop it into McGuire. Trosper comes on to challenge. It's loose, and Schumacher's able to recover back to it. Sends it wide for Hammond. Hammond drops it into space for Cruz Boren. Back to Hammond on the left side. Hammond finds the connected pass to Teeter, who gives it back to Hammond running the left. Hammond into the middle. Poked ahead for Schumacher. Schumacher still on the ball, can't control it. And out of bounds for a corner kick for the Bulldogs. Yeah, that was a good opportunity for Schumacher. Just misplayed that first touch. And Monett was able to clear it away. Trosper taking the corner kick for the Bulldogs on the left side. Sends it high into the box. It's loose. Teeter ward off his chest, it looked like. And what just happened? So is this the director that's on the field that's talking to him? Or is this the coach? Okay, I'm not sure what's happening. The ref just blew the 3 whistle to signify the game is over. Let's look back at that last play to see if something happened. Oops, wrong replay, sorry. Here's that last play. Okay, so I'm just speculating here that was the Monett coach that has conceded the game. I'm not sure. I mean, again, just speculation that maybe the Rebels have conceded the advancement to the finals to the Bulldogs. Let's try to get an answer for you here before too long. Tara. All right, seems like Tara knows what's happening. She's going to come up and tell us what's going on.
Okay, I'm off.
Okay, we've advanced to the championship game. Tara, you are live on the broadcast. Here, let me let you tell us what happened.
Hello. The Monett team was utilizing players from the Neosho Rebels team in the Rebels shorts, so it was pretty easy to identify that. So now Rebels and Monett are both disqualified. CJ will play the Hispanic pork rind name I can't say.
Pork rind, yeah.
That's the one.
Chicharitas, okay.
In the championship.
At 1:30? Or... Okay, so that's it for this game. We will be back at 1:30, which is 1 hour from now, to play the championship game against the Chicharitos, the pink uniform team from yesterday that we lost to 4-1. So we will be back to broadcast that game in about an hour. Thanks for tuning in.